Hi Taurus, and welcome back to Cosmic Cassie. This is going to be your March monthly read. We are going to try to keep these shorter than normal. I say try, very loosely, okay? However long the message needs to go is how long we will do it for. Taurus, as always, I always suggest that you only take the story if it is 90% resonating with you, so it's not confusing, it's not conflicting, you're not trying to force it and see and figure out like how this fits into your life. Take it if it makes sense, okay? If it's a channeled message, if it's anything like that, I will try to remember to tell you guys and stop mid-process. Otherwise, if you need anything from me personally, please check out the description box down below for any links. I will always have the direct links there. Don't trust anything outside of the comment or outside of the description box, okay? All right, you guys, if this resonates, if you enjoy it, if you like it, please like the button. It does help the channel grow. And I always enjoy reading comments. So if you want to comment anything, that even is better. So what popped out was Knight of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I wasn't asking anything, so we're not going to take it. I want to kind of just set the energy here. What is, we're going to dive in, okay? What is oh my gosh, I just did Capricorn. Sorry, guys. What does Taurus need to know for the month of March? What does Taurus need to know for March? Oh my goodness. So we have the Hermit. That was the only one flipped over, so we'll go ahead and keep it. So you guys might be going within, really doing some introspection here, really trying to figure out your life, trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, what does it all mean, right? Going through memories. That's been a really big one for all the zodiac signs, is really reminiscing on how they handled past situations, okay? What does Taurus need to know for the month of March? What does Taurus need to know in March? It's Taurus. By the way, guys, this deck is called the Art of Adventure. It's a very cool deck. Lots of graphic images on there. So Etsy shop, highly recommend. What does Taurus need to know in March? Taurus, your energy feels, it's not heavy, but it feels like I feel exhausted and like I want to sleep for a very long time, but I'm not physically exhausted. I'm exhausted from just mental and emotional weight, mental and emotional energy, and it's physically exhausting me. So you guys might need to do some meditating, some clearing work, some kind of energy cleanse here, because it feels heavy, but it's not heavy. It's just so much energy happening with the emotions in the mind that I'm physically overwhelmed by it, and it's making me very tired. Like it's like I'm draining my own energy with my own energy, if that makes sense. And we have the Page of Cups coming out next. So it could definitely be, that's why there's a lot of this overthinking and analyzing and like just feeling exhausted, because there's could be some kind of love situation here, some kind of offer, some kind of apology, communication around a love interest that's got you really up in your head. It's got you in that hermit mode of like really going within and thinking about a lot of stuff here, a lot of introspection, a lot of figuring out, what do I really want? What do I want to do? How do I feel? And then we have the Eight of Cups as well as the Wheel of Fortune here, okay? And the Six of Swords did want to flip over in that deck, and the Six of Swords is like the moving on card, so then we have the Eight of Cups that kind of came in and replaced it instead. So looking at just these four energies here, because I feel like this is actually enough. I do feel like we're going to have to clarify some stuff here, okay? We're going to jump in and clarify for you guys. Your energy is heavy, Taurus. It's heavy in that way that I just explained. It's very heavy, okay? It feels like you're going really deep within. You're really trying to dig deeply and make some kind of decision or choice or understanding. You're really looking for that light within to help you know which way to go. Where do I go? How do I move forward? What am I supposed to do is the energy I feel. And because it's that Page of Cups, I do feel like it could be that you're trying really hard to go within and you're really focusing on that because it is something around love, and it's like you don't want to make a mistake when it comes to love. That's the energy I'm getting. I don't want to mess up love again. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to take the wrong step. I don't want to set myself backwards. Like, I need to know that I'm going in the right direction in regards to love, okay? And that's part of the reason why you're doing a lot of introspection. I don't feel like it's like, oh, do I like this person? It's like, no. Does my future life align with this person? Does the energy match? Is this something that will last? Is this something that's worth investing in, worth pursuing, allowing, creating is the energy I get here. And with the Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like the Eight of Cups can be a tricky card because a lot of times it's perceived as someone walking away from a situation, leaving it behind. But what the Eight of Cups can also be is a card of fulfillment, a card of fulfillment in a way, because they're not just leaving, they're heading towards wish fulfillment. They're heading towards the Nine of Cups. They're heading towards something that's going to make them just emotionally happy and fulfilled and balanced and abundant. They're going to feel very, very good. And it's because it's like, I don't want to just sit and rest with 8 cups anymore. I want to get my 9th cup, because my 9th cup is what's going to lead me to my 10th cup. Okay, and we all know 10 of cups. And with this 8 of cups energy here, it does feel like someone leaving something is the energy I get, because his back is turned. The 8 of cups are underwater. He's moving towards the waves. He's facing the waves. So it's an energy of like, yeah, there may be challenges ahead. There may be a lot of difficulties that lie ahead. But what I do know is that I don't want to be where I'm at. Wherever you're at right now, Taurus, you're identifying and recognizing whatever emotional state that you're in. This is not what I want. This is not what I want to feel. This is not how I want to feel. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm letting those 8 of cups, I'm letting them sink, because I'm going to look for my 9th cup. I'm looking for that ultimate cup. And even if it's through a lot of difficulty, a lot of challenge, it's okay, because it's going to make me happy, and I trust that. And it's like he's trusting himself to leave what he knows, to move into something that he does not know, that could lead to ultimate emotional fulfillment. You understand? So I do feel like there's an energy of you leaving something. I can't tell if it's an energy of leaving a person, a relationship, a situation. It feels more like I'm going to finally leave this emotional state that I've been in, is what it feels. It doesn't feel like it's tied to any one specific individual situation, relationship. And I feel like that's where a lot of this introspection with that Hermit energy is really coming into play here. Is like I'm going within to figure out what is it that I really want. And because I did that, I'm now recognizing that the emotional state that I've been in is not where I want to be, and it is not where I will stay. I'm going to move forward, okay? And then it's like, and then he's off. He's off. And the Wheel of Fortune is the last card here. So it's like he's off to a new cycle. He's off to begin something new. He's off to a lot of luck and happiness on his side, because he's trying something new here, okay? It's like the energy of doing something new. Sorry, guys. So it feels like you're leaving behind an emotional state. This could be a mindset, a thought pattern, a habit, a cycle, a belief, something that you've repetitively done before, and it's like you're recognizing it's holding me in this holding pattern or cage of this kind of emotional state, and I don't want to be in this emotional state anymore. I want to leave the emotional state that I'm in. And it's good luck and fortune on your side because you're trying something new here. So let's go ahead and clarify and just jump in and clarify what we need to here. So first thing I want to clarify is, I want to clarify the energy between the Hermit and Page of Cups. There is something that is here, that is supposed to be here in between. It's like a bridge, to bridge these energies together. That's what I want to clarify. Sorry, that may not make sense. It's not a card, it's an energy of like, there's something that is with, there's something here between these two energies about not just the reason that you went within, but what you're learning about the love you imagine, the love you want. There's something that you're learning, and when you pull that out, then it becomes Page of Cups. So there's an energy between here that's actually happening within you. That's what I want to clarify. That's what I want to see. What is actually happening in there that you're pulling out a Page of Cups with, okay? Please show me, Taurus, what is happening with the introspection and love energy? What is that energy in between those two? What is happening there? Okay. Okay, the Devil. Clarify the Devil. Clarified by Temperance, Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. I immediately know what the second part is, and I want to explain what this first one is. Okay, the Devil. The clarifiers, I immediately get a story, but I want to explain the Devil. But I'm gonna give you what the clarifiers are saying first, because I don't want to lose that message there. When looking at these clarifiers, it's like there's something with your energy that's happening internally where you're choosing to hold back from something, and you're choosing not to take action on something until you have made a clear decision about it. So that's a part of that Hermit energy. That's what that Hermit energy is all about. Like, I will block the world out. I will not let anyone in until I have figured out what I need to figure out. So I'm going within, right? I'm going within. No one can reach me. I am unreachable. I am not responsive. I'm going to figure this out. And then when I come out, then I will be ready to share and talk and communicate. But until that time, it's like a do not disturb sign is up on your forehead, Taurus. And that's the energy I'm getting as a clarifying energy, is like, I'm going to wait. I am waiting. I'm not taking action. I'm not moving forward until I have become very clear and precise about how I feel, what I want, okay? Now, this Devil energy here. The reason why I want to explain this a little bit. Understanding what the clarifying message is. This Devil card is one of the only Devil cards that I will say always gives me a different message than my other decks, and it's because of the imagery on the card. The Devil card is typically just like the Lover's card. Oh, I don't know if there's enough light for you guys to see that. It's not focusing. Well, as blurry of an image as that may be for you guys, if you can see right there in their hands, the chain is not connected. So typically in the Devil card, it's identical to the Lover's card. The only difference here is they are chained together. And so it feels more of a toxic energy with the Lovers, because they're forced to be together. They're trapped together. There's no freedom of the self. It's all about that relationship, that interaction, that choice, that moment, that experience, right? There's no self in that, okay? And it feels toxic because of that. This Devil card, they're both holding up their chains, which are not linked together, okay? In no way are they actually stuck together. Instead, the devil's legs are wrapped around each of them individually. It's not the chain that's connecting them. It is the devil's legs wrapped around them, and that is the closest connection that they have, but they are separate from each other, but they are both connected to a leg of the devil. And in this card, in the energy it's giving me right now is like there's something going on with like a recognition that we are not toxic together. We are toxic apart, okay? And let me explain that because it can be interpreted two different ways. Some of you, it's an energy of this bond, this connection, this love, this union is so strong that maybe you thought at some point it is very toxic. It is very devil energy when we are together because it's so strong. It's connected, right? It's bam, it's right there. It's unbreakable. And sometimes that can feel really toxic when it's not being embraced, right? When it's not being held in a healthy way. But what the realization is like, it's not us being together that creates the toxicity. What actually happens is when we are apart from each other, we become very toxic in our own separate ways. Maybe we begin to develop bad habits. We lean into those passions and those temptations. We overindulge, underindulge, whatever it is. It's like there's a recognition with you going within Taurus. There's a recognition that when we are not together, we lead our energy in a toxic way. It's actually when we come together that we're able to get out of the toxicity. It's like our energies coming together actually take the toxicity away. It washes it away when we come together. But when we are apart, even towards each other, we become toxic because we're apart, okay? For others of you, it is the recognition that it's not because when we come together, we're all better and there's no toxicity. It's the recognition that we cannot come together because in our own rights, we are toxic individually. You sit in your toxic energy, I sit in my toxic energy. Every time we try to come together, it doesn't work because we're both still sitting in our own separate toxic energies. Once we can heal ourselves, pull ourselves out of our own energy of toxicity, then the energy is clear enough that we can come together. So for some of you, it's the realization that being with this person is actually that catalyst that washes the toxicity away for both of you. And for others of you, washing the toxicity away individually, separately, is what allows you to come together. Okay, so take it out however you need to take that, but that's the epiphany moment, right? That's when I'm going within and I'm trying to figure out what I need to figure out. It's like that's the epiphany moment, and a part of that epiphany moment is I need to cut out toxicity. I need to get very clear. I need to get very honest. I need to get very direct about what I want before I interact or communicate with this person. And you're coming out with Page of Cups because the realization, it's kind of like bittersweet, because the sweetness is like, okay, it's not us that's toxic. It's not our relationship that's toxic. It's not us being together that's toxic. Like, that's not the toxic part. But the bitterness is, but there is toxicity involved in the situation. And whether it's we have to figure that out alone or we have to find a way to come together to get it out, there's still a challenge there, okay? But you're coming out with this like love magical energy because you're like, okay, the love is still there. It can exist. It can build. It can still be this magical, beautiful thing with an understanding of what's actually occurring here. Not that you're toxic with them, but that you guys are toxic on your own, like separately, okay? And then the Eight of Cups, I feel like that's when we're transitioning into that energy of I'm leaving this emotional state. And the emotional state could be you being in hermit mode. The emotional state could be you feeling like the relationship is toxic, feeling like this person and you are not supposed to be together. There's some kind of energy around that. So let's go ahead and clarify. We have 3 of Swords here on the bottom. Quick clarify, show me the 8 of Cups. Oh, that was fast. Oh, I feel like this is 2 cards. It's weird. This feels really, oh, shoot, sorry. Don't put cards in your lap. Rule number 1, because they will slide off. This card feels very thick, and I think I feel like that's a part of the message somehow. It feels heavy, and it feels thick, and it's the Page of Swords. And I feel that it's the Page of Swords is partly, and I'm only saying this because the imagery on this card, he's holding a map. The map has an X, and he's pointing to the X with his sword. He knows where he's going. He knows where he wants to be. He has found the way. He has researched. He has looked. He has developed. He has gone through things to figure out where it is on this map that the X is, so that he can now move towards that X. This card feels very heavy. That is so weird. I feel like it's like 2 cards stuck together or something. It feels very thick, very heavy. Weird. And maybe that's the weight of knowledge. That's the weight of being clear, right? That's the effect of when you make a decision and know where you're going. That's how strongly you feel it, that it weighs in on you, right? It anchors you down. It grounds you because you now are precise about where you need to be. And I feel like this Page of Swords, it's a part of this Ace of Swords, right? This I'm not communicating, I'm not doing anything, I'm not taking action until I know exactly what it is that I need to know. And it's like you get the clarity with the Ace of Swords, and now you're moving out of the emotional state you're in, and what you're heading towards is the X on that map. And the X is that clarity. You have received clarity about something. You know a truth. You are solid and grounded in that truth. I'm moving forward in this direction. This is where I want to be. This is my truth, my clear, transparent, honest, resolve, okay? And now I'm going to move towards it. I'm moving out of the emotional state I've been in. I'm moving towards what I know to be right, what I know to be true. Wheel of Fortune, let's clarify it. Clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Show me the Wheel of Fortune for Taurus. That was fast. Is 7 of Wands. And so I feel like whatever it is that you're moving towards, the fortune here is, and again, I don't know why this theme of like bittersweet keeps popping up with you, Taurus, but it's like, I will fight and defend this no matter what. Like, this is mine. I'm going to take it. I'm moving towards it. I have action in that direction. I know what I want. I'm very, 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 very clear about what I want. I know my truth. I have a lot of clarity. And because of that, I'm going to fight for it, and I'm not going to stop fighting for it. I will overcome any challenges that stand in my way, but I'm getting to the X on that map, right? I'm getting to where I know I need to be. And the Wheel of Fortune here is supporting that. It's saying, yes, you're going to have good adventure. You're going to have good luck. You're going to have good fortune because you're simply being very clear and focused with your energy on where you need to be and where you're going, okay? Let's go ahead and get some timeline cards. I've been doing this with all of the signs. So whatever timeline I feel like, or timestamp I feel like you guys need, is what I will pull for. What does Taurus need for a time in March? When will they make, no, when will, it's weird. It's coming out as in like, when will they take action? And I think the action is this moving out of this emotional state. So let's go ahead and clarify that for you. When will Taurus, when does the 8 of Cups occur for Taurus? When is the 8 of Cups occurring for Taurus? Show me the 8 of Cups for Taurus. Thank you. Ooh, it fell. Okay. You guys. In March. Gotta love the tarot. In March. It's saying in March is when you are going to actively move out of whatever emotional state that you find yourself sitting in. So by this point, you are very clear about what you want, and you're moving out of the emotional state that you're in to move towards where you want to be. So there is a clarity within March. That is when the action begins in March, is you transitioning out of this emotional state. That emotional state is not going to feel very action oriented, because it's not like, oh, I'm actively packing my bags and moving out of this emotional state. It's going to happen very internally. But because it's happening internally, the way that you're going to recognize that it's beginning to happen for you internally is you get even more clear and grounded and resilient with my truth. This is what I know to be true. This is what I choose to be clear about. This is the truth I hold on to for myself, okay? Doesn't matter if someone else thinks it's a right or wrong truth. It doesn't matter. You will feel and know that energy, you are moving out of your emotional state. You will know that because you get very, very clear, and you just keep getting more clear and grounded in your decision. You're making a decision, and it just keeps feeling more and more right. Like, how was I ever confused about this? How did I ever question it? This is clearly the decision I need to make. This is clearly the truth in the situation. Like, it's so clear that you can't figure out how you were ever confused about it before. That's how you know that you're moving out of that emotional state or energy that you're currently in, and it's transitioning towards you taking actual action towards what you want, towards what your decision is, okay? And then we have a few days on the bottom of the deck. So it is March 1 as I record this. Sorry, I am so late with the readings. But it's a March 1 as we record this. So it could be that for a few of you, before the next full moon on the 7th, it's like this energy is coming in for you. It's happening. Like you're getting very clear, very decisive within the next few days, okay? Anything else that needs to be clarified for times for Taurus? Did I not clarify that? They keep telling me when does Taurus take action? When does it take off? When does it take off? When does Taurus take action? And I thought this is what they were talking about with the Eight of Cups. The only action-oriented cards that are here is the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands. But this is saying not taking action until you get clear. What about the Seven of Wands here? Does Taurus need to know? Okay. It's not like when you are going to take action, it's like, when are you going to have to fight for this? Like, when do you actively need to fight for this? Because it's like, yes, I can move towards the decision. I can change my energy and move in that direction. But it's like, and I feel like some of you might be wondering, and that's why this is coming through so intensely, because they really want me to clarify it, is like, as you move towards this decision, before you get to the X on that map, when is that moment happening that you have to fight for this? There's going to be something that comes up where you have to push through and fight for this in order for it to work. If you give up, it's like it won't work. You're not going to get to your end goal. But there's going to be some point where you do have to introduce that Seven of Wands energy. Like, no, I'm standing my ground and I'm fighting for this. This is my decision that I'm moving towards. I will get this. I will fight for this. I'm standing my ground. I want this, right? It's this month on the bottom of the deck. Good Lord. Is all of this happening in March? We're going to slip this back in case we need to, in case it needs to come back out. But it's like, it's questioning that. When do you actually have to take that physical action to fight for this, to defend this, to really pursue it? Because there is an energy that's happening where you will at some point need to do that. Show me, when does that Seven of Wands energy come to play? When is that Seven of Wands energy showing up? Oh, don't give me a stack here. It says it's up to you on the bottom. But there's like 5 cards here, so I'm not taking all those. When does that Seven of Wands energy show up for Taurus? When is that Seven of Wands energy showing up for Taurus? In October. So there might be something in October that... Okay, we're going to end up pulling a second one because as soon as I started to say that, the message I got is in October, there might have been something that you did stand your ground with, that you did introduce this Seven of Wands energy towards. There could have been something that happened in the month of October that you stood your ground on, and you were like, I am fighting against or for something. I don't feel like it was this, what you're doing now. I don't feel like it's the energy that you will be using to fight for something or to push through something. It was like maybe you opposed all of this at some point because you thought it was toxic. At some point you did think this was toxic. And so maybe you opposed the relationship. You opposed this love, this energy in October by standing your ground and saying no to it because you did not feel like it was a healthy choice for you. But it's this October, it's giving me heavy past energy. Like this was the October 2022 past energy. Something happened that you stood your ground on. So let's pull one more. When will the Seven of Wands energy come in for Taurus? When do they have to fight for something? When will they have to stand their ground and fight for something? When will they have to stand their ground and fight for something? In August. Okay. So August might be a time where something occurs within this situation, within the realm of dealing or interacting with this other person here, where you're going to have to you're going to have to hold your resolve at least through August, because in August it's like something's happening where you're having to defend they just told me title, but I felt more like stance. Position is the word I was looking for. Thank you. It's like you have to hold your position. You have to defend your position. You have to, you don't have to. It's if you want to, right? If you still have the resolve is this strong in August, there will be a point in August where you have to fight for something. You have to fight through something to reach the end goal. Okay? So it's like maintain your resolve. Keep that resolve. Maintain that truth. Yeah. They just like cut me off. It was like, stop talking. Okay. Like you said it. You've said what you needed to say. They get it. Taurians, they're smart. Taurus, I feel like that's all the clarifying that I needed to do for you guys. So if this helped, which I hope it did, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it definitely helps it grow. Otherwise, I will see you guys later in some of your like all signs or weekly or something like that. But this is the March energy that I have for you guys. Thank you for joining and watching and allowing me to tap into your energy, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.